I've been able to basically write 31,000 words in a really good book that's going to be out in less than 20 days. I'm going to have it out by the time my birthday, which is September 20th. And I've been able to do that in 3 days. 3 days. Time doesn't even matter anymore. Time doesn't even mean anything anymore with what we have.
This is Secrets for Success.
Welcome to the Secrets for Success podcast. I'm your host, Greg Todd. Thank you, as always, for joining me. We're going to do a walkie-talkie this morning. That's what me and my buddy Kyle Rice call it. It's when we're walking and we're talking. And I think this is going to be a really good podcast because I think today I want to give you awareness. Awareness is what we all need before we execute anything out. We got to know, hey, this is our situation. Awareness is what has changed my life. That is the first step to change your life. It is being aware of this is your situation. Now you got to deal with it, okay? And the awareness I want to give you today, this is the day after Labor Day as I'm recording this, is understanding that if you are a small business owner, if you are a healthcare practice owner, if you are an online business owner, you must understand that you are a small business owner. That's what you are. And you must be aware of what you have going for you and what you don't have going for you, what you have going against you. And that's what I want to talk about on today's podcast, because I think sometimes we're just not aware of it. And because we're not aware of it, we really can't do anything about it because we don't even understand that, like, this is what your reality is, okay? So let's kind of talk about that a little bit. So you're a small business owner. You are someone that maybe you want to be a business owner, right? Or even if you have 45, 50 employees, you're still a small business owner, okay? And in every single game, okay, the two opponents must understand what their strengths are and what their weaknesses are. Okay, so that's what I want you to understand today, because I don't know if we're using our strengths and the things that we actually have going for us, because we had a lot going against us. All right, so let's talk about what we have going against us first. Okay, number one, do you have unlimited resources, as in investors, unlimited money? You have banks, you have bankers that will loan you $100,000, $200,000, $500,000, $1 million if your business has a bad month. Probably you don't have that, okay? Do you have this massive brand that is part of your business, meaning that you've been around for so long, anywhere you go, people just say your name with regards to what it is that they're doing? Like, for instance, if I'm going to go right now on vacation, say I'm going to go Airbnb it, right? Or if I'm going to, I need a car to take me to a location. Okay, I'm going to just Uber it. Do you have that type of brand recognition? Probably not. Okay, so you don't have those things going for you. You don't have unlimited resources. You don't have brand recognition. You don't have those things. Okay, and by the way, that's okay. You want to know what you are? You're a small business owner. So those things you don't have going for you. You probably also get overwhelmed with executing out things because you don't have like a big team. You don't have all that. Okay, so you got to understand these are the things that you're never going to be able to compete with. But that's okay, because you have two things that are going for you. And that's what I want to talk about for the remainder of the podcast. So what are those two things? Well, thing number one is that you have the ability to be first in the marketplace with the problem that you solve. You have speed. You have speed. Okay, I'm going to give you a quick example. So in 2022, I actually did not do a live event. Okay, I did not do Smart Success Healthcare Live in 2022. We were still coming off the COVID stuff. I had done the event the year before. It was great, but I just said, okay, this is not the year. Like, we're rebuilding this thing back up. We didn't do it. But what we did do is I invited about 25 to 30 clients to actually come to my home, and at my office, we basically did a little small mini event, right? It was like a 25, 30 people. We did that at the office. We did awards. It's just a smaller version of what we typically do at the event. And then we went to my house and took them out on the water and all that good stuff. The next day, I took them out on a boat. It was the Starlight Cruise, which the next year, we rented out the whole boat for the event. But that year, we didn't rent out the whole boat. It was only 25 of us. So we got, some dining tickets and we went. The boat's 3 stories, okay? And by the way, it's a dinner cruise. This is not a Royal Caribbean Titan of the Seas ship, okay? So it's a dinner cruise. It was really nice. I was on the top deck with Kelly Alhui. Some of you might know her. She's a pelvic health therapist. She ended up starting her business called Orthopelvic PT. She was able to get her business. She started in 2020, was able to get it by 2022 to over $1 million. And then she also does consulting now in a company called Pelvibiz. So wonderful person, great person. Anyways, she was up on the top floor and we were waiting for our food. So we were just kind of, hanging out there. And while we were hanging out there, we were talking. I can't remember what we were talking about, but we were talking and we're looking over and we're looking at these guys. These guys are on their jet skis, right? And I waved at them. They waved back at us. And our boat started to make the turn. So we're in the middle of the Clearwater Bay. It's now making a turn to head wherever it was heading and back towards the Clearwater Bridge. The Clearwater Bridge is probably about 3/4 of a mile in front of us. Can I tell you something? After we made that turn, guess who else made a turn? Those two guys on the jet ski, they made a turn as well. And when they made their turn and the boat made their turn, I didn't see them again until the boat fully turned and is now facing the Clearwater Bridge. And guess what? By time our boat turned, they were already at the Clearwater Bridge going on the other side of the bridge. Why do I even bring this up? I bring this up because the jet ski is a heck of a lot smaller than that boat. And the bigger you are, the harder it is to pivot. It's harder to turn. The small guy, the small gal, you have the ability to turn and to pivot fast. You have the ability to see a problem, great, but then to solve a problem faster than the big companies. Big companies have to make it go through this, have to make this go through HR. You got to make this go through this department. You got to tell the leader of this department. Then you got to get everybody on to, okay, you don't have any of that. So you could just say, you know what? I see a problem. This is the problem in the marketplace. This is not being solved. Boom, I can do it fast. But you want to know the issue? The issue is that many of us, we're super overthinkers. So even though you have the ability that it's just you're such an overthinker that you outthink it. Oh my gosh, what is anybody gonna say? Is somebody gonna, oh man, people are not gonna like me. And so the one thing you have going for you, or really there's two, we'll talk about the second one in a second. But the thing that you have going for you is the speed, you don't even use it. So now you don't use the speed, you're acting as slow as the big dinner cruise or the big Royal Caribbean ship. And you don't have money, and you don't have backing, and you don't have a trusted brand. Gosh, that makes things tough. That makes things tough. I understand today, even though I've been doing consulting since 2011, well, really 2009 is when I started, right? So it's 16 years, in this consulting business. I understand all I have going for me is speed. And I've been around. I mean, I think I have a pretty good brand, but it's not big enough to where people just say, oh, I'm just going to buy his stuff because he's Greg Todd. No, like that's not it. My biggest thing is speed. I can scope out the marketplace. I know who I'm serving. I can look and see, wait a minute, what are the opportunities right now they're not doing? Boom, I got to go fast. I got to do it fast because that's what I have going for me. Okay, here's number two. Number two is creativity. Creativity. It's the same premise, you guys. Same premise. The big companies, is not that they can't be creative. They have a lot of staff. They have a lot of people to come up with ideas. But it's that they have to get everybody on the same page, right? There's chains of command that you have to go through in bigger corporations, bigger organizations that you don't have to go through, okay? Right? They have more people to cater to. They have shareholders, they have investors. They have to toe the company motto, where you can just say what you want to say and do what you want to do. But here's the problem. The problem is that so many of you are so afraid to actually share like who you are and how you feel. And oh my gosh, what if my family sees this? What if my coworkers see this? What if my Aunt Gertrude sees this? Like, so you can't even be creative when you're acting like that, okay? Guys, the reality is this. I tell people about my 5 Ps. That's kind of like my trademark thing on how I find clients that want to buy stuff now. Not how I convince people to want something that they don't want. Screw that. Like, people that already want something, how do I do it? Well, one of the Ps is profit, okay? It's like, what are people already buying in the marketplace? All right? Now, if somebody's already buying something in the marketplace, I can't just come with the same thing and get them to buy it from you. Why would you buy it from me if you're already buying it for somebody else? You have to come up with a different alternative to that thing that maybe people aren't seeing. Some type of different alternative, right? Like right now, as I'm doing this podcast, I'm walking in our Central Park here in Clearwater Largo area, right? And I'm going to sit right now on this bench. Okay, the bench is cool, but there's people, I mean, like right now I feel okay. Back's a little stiff, but like it's okay. But there's people that are like, whoa, no, this is way too hard for me. So just sitting, yes, this is the product. Someone already bought this bench, okay? But then it's like, how can I make this experience better? Maybe it is a certain cushion, or maybe it's a cushion that kind of goes on your cheeks, or maybe it's a cushion if you have like one butt bone, more in front versus back. You guys, you got to come up with different solutions to problems that are already created, and that takes creativity. So if you're not using creativity and you're not using speed, well, what do you have? You don't have anything for you to be able to compete and win in the marketplace. So you got to use those things for you. Now, can I tell you something? One of the things I think is so amazing is today with AI has allowed me to be so fast with creating things to solve problems for people. That's what it's allowed me to do. And I'm just thinking of like over the last 3 days, something that the first time I did it took me like 10 months to do. It's a book. I've been able to basically write 31,000 words in a really good book that's going to be out in less than 20 days. I'm going to have it out by the time my birthday, which is September 20th. And I've been able to do that in 3 days. 3 days. Time doesn't even matter anymore. Time doesn't even mean anything anymore with what we have. That's speed. So great. Oh, that means I could do a book a year. No, that means I could do 10 books a year. That means I could do 12, but I could launch a book, a legit awesome book. I can do one book every single month for 12 months. You know that there are perennial authors that have done 12 books over their 25-year career as authors. I can do 12 books in 1 year. I can do what it took somebody 25 years. I can do it in 1 year today. But you got to use these things to your advantage, right? Now, how about creativity? One of the beautiful things with creativity is that, and how AI helps me. AI doesn't create my creativity, but what AI does is it sparks my creativity. Sometimes I just feel stuck, right? Like even if I'm doing a podcast, it's like, oh, what do I want to talk about? Like sometimes my brain is working, but sometimes I just ask my AI assistant, give me some trends, give me some things that my audience would want. And it just sparks the creativity. Now, do I take those things and go and do a podcast on it? No, but it will spark the creativity. And within minutes, I'll have a topic that I want to do so I can share with you guys. AI is not the script for this. This is me. This is just me talking, right? But it might give me the spark of creativity that I need to get my creative juices going. Just remember, God made us in his image and he made us like him to be creators. And everything that you are consuming right now, whether it is this podcast stream, whether it is on YouTube, it's someone created it. And that's what your job is to do. And if you guys don't use those two things, your creativity and speed, then you have absolutely no advantage in the marketplace over anybody else because you don't have the money, you don't have the resources, you don't have the backing, you don't have the brand. But you got those two things. So please use them wisely and use them to your advantage. All right? Love you guys. Till next time.